With the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins,
marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Miami Dolphins. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Miami. And that'll be a little too hot to handle. As it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, get set. Ready.
Throwing to start here is Tua. And his first pass is incomplete. You look at the Saints defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready, team. What's it?
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The Dolphins had a woeful 2-9 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
20, ready. 22.
Looking to pass. Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to the ground, Achane. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Go ahead. Winning team. Out.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. Bell bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now they'll change things up. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
To throw is Shuck. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. Here's Shuck. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Go ahead. Ready, team.
Tua going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready.
Well, design run for their wideout. 20, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
But we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his 2nd drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that, check that.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. On play action, shot. Oh, that is incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it second down and 12.
Solo left Zion.
Here's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Throwing, Shuck. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Gets this complete to Shaheed. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now Shuck. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, here's Shuck. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Hey, cover one. 44, ready. Cover 2, ready, team. Step.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A give, running right, Achane to the 27-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
Get safe. Go ahead. Ready.
Achane. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Devon Achane, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Sanders on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shuck now to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Phillips just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. To throw now, Shuck. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Play action now, Shuck. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Now they'll audible to something else. Off the fake, now Shuck's going to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Tag. 70 Lion.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. It's caught left side by Cooks. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Up the middle, Achane. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Looking to pass. Tua. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
They have really had their way so far in the 1st half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the 1st half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the 2nd half.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Ready up.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. 60.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jason
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
From the 41, here's a second down and 4. They'll go again to Jones. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll run it with Jones. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Shut up! Viking 18!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag, that'll push him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go,
After the penalty, it's Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Set. Hook.
Now Jones. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Let's go now. Cougar.
Now a toss running left. This is Miller. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't have any opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Get set.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A run straight ahead with Achane. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And here's a very low line. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 94 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Keep on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Shuck. There's a short one caught by Johnson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Here we go, set.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go.
Up the middle, Jones shreds the tackle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. This 2nd and 4. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Jones. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try again with Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's Johnson. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Blake Groupie now for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40.
Ready. Ready, two,
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.